will you go lay down? Come here. Come on. You can lay up here. Hermes is not. Cool. What? All right. Did Ginger say he'd be right back?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Da, 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 da. I do have your characters on the paper. What the fuck am I thinking?
Wait.
What?
Just trying to sign into my Google Docs and it says this account does not exist. I'm like, wait, what?
I know, right?
Okay, I'm back.
Hi, welcome. Please accept the recording to continue.
You.
Yeah, well, I had my mic muted because I usually burn my hand.
That's okay. If you cuss, that means they're good. I'm just kidding. I'll keep it on you. Let's look up.
Sweet baby Ray.
Font to see name generator. All right. So picking up where we left off, I actually had to review my own recording. So you guys spent part of the evening. Well, your evening was divided. Sarndel, you were at the Laughing Docks, making money, being the server. Yeah, I'm gonna double check. Do I have your? I don't know if I have your. What's your passive perception? Oh, 12. Okay. I'm going to roll against that. Oopsie. Shit. Okay. That makes. I don't know. I don't know if that makes sense or not, but we're gonna make it make sense. Make it make sense.
It makes sense.
All right. So.
Making something make sense is not always easy to do.
Sarndel, you stayed, or Sebastian, I should say, you stayed at the Laughing Docks for 10 hours. And money came pretty easily. The first, hour wasn't so great, but at the end of the night, you made bank. You did notice something was off. And I'll get to that in a minute. And then we've got Kronk. You made arrangements to meet with Ruthie,
At the Grey Swan.
Yep, at the Grey Swan, the opening bartender. Most shifts are 8 to 10 hours. She was the one to open. She was there when you guys went and applied at like 2 or 3 in the afternoon, so she gets off at 10. And you decided you were going to escort her to the Gray Swan when she got off work, which was only a couple hours after your encounter. And then and you were going to talk to her due to a couple of body
Looks like she was
language.
giving.
Huh?
Yeah, body language cues. That's what I was trying to get out.
Yep, her body language cues and, hesitation in her responses and whatnot. So she, obliged. She wanted to go where she hadn't been in a while. Said that they serve good food and whatnot. So we're gonna start with that, and then Sarndell, we will bring you back in at a later time after the conversation has
Sure,
gone
that's
for a
fine.
little bit. Huh?
That's fine. We used me most of the time last game, so
I didn't hear that.
He said we used him most of the time last game.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah, because he was more around and about with people, and like I was at the bar with.
No, yeah,
I think
I
her name is
remember.
Vanessa and Ruthie.
I remember because he was in the dressing room being Snoopy. So Ruthie comes out, and she has a little bag with her, and just small items and stuff. She has handed the bar off to one of the other closers. Said good night to all the other people, and she comes up to the bar where you're sitting and says, "Well, you ready to go?"
As ready as you are.
Okay, let's go. And you guys go over to the trolley station and wait for the next trolley to show up. That is, of course, you are on the. I think I said second level. So this trolley is on rails that are elevated, and it comes up to meet you guys. It's a basic trolley. It's painted to look like maybe one of those older fashioned ones, but the sides are smooth and aluminum or not aluminum, whatever the cover.
Metal. Steel.
Yes, some basic metal. And it's painted. There's some areas where it's scratched up, and then there's like maybe a little bit of a graffiti tag here and there in the corners that maybe they need to like get touched up. But there's a couple of people in there, but it's not really busy. It's late, and you board it, and it moves forward, and you take a seat. And Ruthie sits down next to you.
So, how do you like your job at the bar?
It's actually not bad. It's and she's kind of like looking around the room, measuring, the people around her, checking to see who is aware of their conversation. Pause 1 second, I gotta let my cat in. Okay. She leans in towards you and kind of whispers, "I don't think Vanessa left on her own." Or no, Jessica.
Really?
Sorry, I got the names mixed up again. Jessica.
You're good. I knew who you meant.
Okay, yeah. Vanessa is the ones that's still working there. I don't know if we'll see her again, but yeah, she leans in and says, I think so. A lot of the staff has gone missing, and the boss says that they just all quit. But I think there's something going on because a lot of them, some of them didn't even finish their shift. And I've been getting headaches. And they didn't start until a couple months ago.
Is that when the first one disappeared or left? Quit, I should say.
It's when the new management, it's when our boss started taking over. Everything was sold, all the transaction was done a couple weeks before that, but he showed up and things were a little different. Like he did a little painting and the rearranging of the interior, of course. Most management will do that. But I seem to get these headaches at work and I don't get them anywhere else. And it wasn't, I don't know what it is.
Could it be the new paint, maybe?
Well, I thought so, but that it's been, consistent. I don't think the paint would have been dry by now. I don't think it would have still given off enough fumes.
Yeah, it shouldn't be giving off that much fumes.
And yeah, so people started quitting or leaving about the same time. Some of them have been with the business for a lot longer than I have, and it's strange how often we lose staff members. And honestly, this is the first time. Actually, maybe it wasn't the first time. And you guys come to a screeching halt when it, trolley has gotten to a destination. A few people get up and they walk off. They get off the bus or the trolley and leave. And it's just the two of you and the driver.
That's interesting. A new manager, and then people start leaving that have been with the place for a while.
Yeah, I don't know. It's really making me uncomfortable. Vanessa, she was really close to Jessica, and she doesn't really seem bothered that she's gone. It's a little weird. I don't understand. I would think that the two of them would be so close that once Jessica didn't show up,
Vanessa would be more worried.
Yeah, but then I started thinking, well, maybe she did just quit. Maybe they have been in contact, and she knows where she is and is just not worried. But she won't talk to me about it.
I wonder why. I mean, you would think gossip might be a hot commodity.
Well, if it's not really a hush thing to quit your job. So for Jessica to just up and leave, you would think Vanessa would talk about, where she went. And, Vanessa's been thinking about leaving too. So wouldn't she go?
Or if she met someone, Vanessa might know.
That she did talk about. I mean, they did talk about the guy that she met at the bar. There were a couple of times I had to remind them to get back to work. So, the guy was not really hush hush. I mean, it was like they same deal. They talked about him and gossiped and all that other stuff, and how he flirted with Jessica, and
The others that are no longer working there, did they have significant others that might come in, or did they meet anyone new?
no, not that I can recall, not that I remember. Um, yeah, we've had a few phone calls, um, but I'm not allowed to answer them anymore. Um, at first, I was getting calls of people asking, where they were, and I was, I couldn't tell them that I just, all I could say was they didn't show up for their shift. Um, and some of them got really angry with me because I didn't have any information from them. But and then he the boss took over and was adamant of taking the phone calls himself. So I just left it up to him. I haven't heard anything in a while about that.
I wonder what all of them are doing. I mean, I hope they're all okay.
I'm not so sure.
Oh,
I don't.
well, this is getting interesting. So your headache started when the new management took over, and then people started disappearing also. I don't know if I'd want to stay there.
Yeah, it didn't seem unusual at first. I didn't make the connection. I mean, I guess there may be not even a connection at all, but it just sounds, I don't know.
Fishy.
Yeah. And so I've been there for a while, and I haven't really had any real big reason to leave. Everyone else can do what they want, and it's their choice to leave and find other employment. But when people start calling and harassing, demanding to see, find out where someone went, that was strange.
Did it sound like different people, or did it sound like the same person over and over?
A lot of them, I think a lot of them were different. At least
So it was more like regulars checking in on to make sure that their people are okay.
I don't know. We haven't really had any regulars ask about them too much. Actually, we didn't really have regulars before this management came in because it was never this busy. It was never this consistent. I don't know what he's doing, how he's promoting it, but it's doing really well. So it's getting a lot of people in. But we did have an incident last month where the what do they call them? The local enforcement showed up and they did a search on the place. They had a warrant and there was a big old fuss about it. It caused us to open a couple hours later than normal. I don't think it was noted on the comm. I didn't get a message on my chip, so I don't know. It was strange.
Maybe they just wanted the element of surprise. They just wanted to see if anything was going on that shouldn't be going on.
Yeah, I don't know of anything that like the back room is pretty much empty. We don't really store much except for, supplies for the bar.
I wonder what they were looking for or who they were looking for.
I don't know. And at this time is when the trolley pulls up, comes to a stop. You hear the of the steam as the brakes engage, and you roll up to the Gray Swan.
Well, it looks like we're here. Are you ready for dinner?
Oh, I'm starving. She gets up and follows you into the tavern. Same comfortable wood laden tavern, just nice and comfy with a few bots going here and there, handing out drinks, and of course the elevated
I forgot her
booth.
name.
What was that?
I forgot her name.
Which?
Because isn't the Gray Swan where we're staying?
Yes. The lady
The
behind
head
the counter
lady?
would be oh, I forgot her name. I know it starts with a B. Is it Becky?
I don't remember, but we can roll with it for Becky.
uh
Because I don't feel like it was a very long name.
no, it was very short. It was Betsy or Becky or something like that.
Betsy. I think it was Betsy. I think it was Miss Betsy.
Might be.
Oh, well, we'll roll with it.
Right. Yeah, we're gonna go with that for now.
So, is Miss Betsy working tonight?
No. She's got the night off.
She's the opener.
Right. She's a
Okay.
day shift mostly.
Okay, so because I was going to be like, "Hi, Miss Betsy."
Is it Betsy? That's gonna bother me. Okay. Anyways.
We'll figure it out.
But she's not there for this session, so and you guys go in and you guys get, where do you sit?
A booth.
The elevated
Let's
booth?
say closer. Let's go to the elevated booth. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, there's plenty. They're all grounded. There's pretty much almost nobody in there, so you can get into a booth and raise it to a comfortable height. And of course, a hover craft comes over and offers drinks.
Coffee, please. What would you like?
I'm gonna have cappuccino. And so the bot,
Ooh.
places down, deposits cups, the appropriate cup for your drinks, and it whirls around, and then it has a dispenser, and it puts out the drinks. You said coffee, right?
Yeah.
Black?
Yeah, we're just going to do black coffee.
Okay. Because and the bot is accommodated for the time of night, so it has both breakfast and late night drinks, coffee, cappuccinos, lattes, orange juice, apple juice, milk, all the basics.
Just about any beverage choice you need.
Huh?
Just about any beverage choice you need.
For that time of night, yes. It doesn't have any soft drinks. It would have to be a different bot. Or beer or wine. It doesn't have any of those. So you're sitting there. You have any other questions for her?
So, if you had to speculate, what do you think happened to him?
Well, I don't um I don't know about them. I really, like I said, they show up for work and we talk, and then if they don't show up for work, I don't see them again. It's not there isn't much more that I could say about that. Um the only other thing that's, and I, again, this is just something that I thought was normal and it was just part of the manager's deal. Um because, he shows up and he starts working with us and talking to us and, you know, showing us how he wants things to run. He's a very brand new person, so his habits are different, but they're also strange. Um, Rurik, he he disappears a lot. Um, and I at first enjoyed, the hands-off management that he had. I did not like how stringent the previous owner was in wanting to control everything, which is kind of surprising how he, sold the business to someone else since he's such a control freak. But I guess he got tired of it. I don't know. But
Or
yeah, it was
he quote sold it,
huh?
or he quote sold it. Air
She
quotes,
doesn't.
the fingers.
She doesn't know what you mean, but she's just like, uh huh.
Oh,
um, and he disappears several times during the week. Um, the fact that you were able to see him last yesterday, oh gosh, I get my days confused. Night shift is a horrible thing. Um, but yeah, the fact that you were able to show up when he was here was very unusual. We usually have to have you come back on a day when he's here. Um, but yeah, he disappears for a couple of days. Um, and then he'll reappear. He'll say hi and check on some of the basic checklists to see if everything's going well, and checks on the um the inventory or the
checks to make sure everything that's supposed to be there is supposed to be there.
yeah, and the finances to make sure that all the money coming in and out is what it should be, making sure there's nothing missing and unaccounted for. And he'll be here for a couple of days and then he'll be gone again. And it's just been that's just the way he's been managing it. And I never questioned it until now. Like I said, a new manager, he has his own ways of doing things, and I didn't question it. But now with Jessica gone and you guys asking about her, I have to wonder where he goes.
I wonder the same thing because, if he's there and then he's gone, how's he know the business is running well?
Well, I mean, he checks on it every couple of days, so he's not gone very long, but he is,
But what if something were to happen when he was gone?
Well, he kind of treats me as like an assistant manager. Me and one of the other bartenders, Jake, I think. I don't know. I can't remember his name, but yeah, we're like assistant managers. So like we can handle what happens if it's anything crazy. Aside from short from like a shooting or a fire. But even then, it's
Oof.
kind of, we have protocols for that.
Yeah, I was about to, you know what you're supposed to do in case one of those things happen. Now you've really got me wondering where he goes.
Can't be far. Although I don't know what kind of craft he owns, so if he's got a hovercraft, it could be.
Like, does he look any different when he comes back? Is he in a different kind of mood or anything?
Now that you mention it, when he comes back, he's very paranoid. After a couple of days, he relaxes and chills. But yeah, when he comes back, he's very paranoid and very high
Almost
strung.
like a gambler who owes people money.
Um, maybe, yeah, I don't know. But it's I wanna, yeah, I don't know. She just kind of sips on her cappuccino, just kind of meh. um, Another
I don't
bot
know
comes
many.
up, huh?
Oh, I was gonna say I don't know many people who can drink coffee this time of night and go to sleep.
Oh, I do. You do.
Yeah, that's what, that's what I'm saying. I don't know many people who can do that.
um, so a bot comes up and asks if you would like anything to eat. And it mentions like a list of things that are available tonight. Breakfast foods, snacks, some light dinners, nothing too intense. But like if you wanted steak and eggs or um, traditional breakfast, that's fine. I can definitely whip that up. Anything that requires like you imagine that the machines are doing most of the cooking, so if it comes out of a tube, they could probably make it.
So, what are you gonna have, Miss Ruthie?
She thinks for a moment and she orders shit, I'm gonna forget what it's called. One of those chicken steaks?
Chicken fried steak, country
Yeah.
fried steak.
Country fried, yeah, she orders a country fried steak, mashed potatoes, and gravy with a side of pancakes.
Nice. That's like an interesting breakfast or dinner.
Well, I got a sweet tooth. Love the pancakes.
I think I'll have some pancakes too. Let's try those.
Do you order anything special, like a special topping or like a special pancake?
No, let's do plain pancakes.
Okay. And maple syrup? Okay.
Plain pancakes, butter, and maple syrup.
Okay. The bot disappears with your orders, and you kind of sit there for a little while. She's sipping on her drink. She asks you a few questions for your, of what you're doing here and where you come from. She's trying to kind of keep things light and fair because you've asked all these questions. And she's kind of
Yeah.
on the spot. So, is there anything special that you inform her, tell her?
Mainly just trying to adapt to the being around people. I grew up mainly in cloisters, monasteries. We kind of kept to ourselves.
And she compliments you, says you're doing a good job. I wouldn't have noticed that you weren't around. I mean, you look a little awkward, but there are a lot of people who are like that. Backhanded compliment and just kind of tries to make nice.
I'm just trying to copy what other people do until I get the whole social thing down.
Okay. And she kind of like nods and then gives you a few tips and pointers on how to look a little more natural and feel a little more comfortable around people. It's up to you if you want to take that advice or if you find it helpful. Yeah.
Well, everything's helpful at this point. I mean,
um,
coming from a bartender who is around people all the time, yeah,
yeah.
everything's going to be helpful.
Okay, so what I think is probably it. Sarndel, are you back?
I'm still here.
Okay. So you when I rolled for your passive perception, I got a natural one. So you picked up some really interesting things while you were on shift. You noticed there was a kind of a hum, a high-pitched hum, when the music was low, but it wasn't, it's something that your elven ears could pick up, but you don't think most other people could pick it up. Maybe an orcish, but, or, anybody with high sensitive hearing, but it was, it was a little annoying at times, but most of the time you could ignore it with, the loud music and the talking with the customers and patrons and the wait staff and getting to know a lot of the other people. You also noticed there was a slight change in the lighting at times. It was very, very subtle. And if you didn't, still yourself, you would probably get that it's kind of in a hypnotic sense, to maybe it's to relax people, so that there aren't any bar fights or whatnot, but it's very mesmerizing, and it takes some effort to not be caught up in it.
Can I make it? Okay, yeah.
And because I rolled a natural one, we're not even going to do a will save or a wisdom save for any of that. You were able to ignore it and not get, hypnotized.
Okay.
But the customers were definitely, they all, after a while, you notice they all look they all had this almost not quite zombie look about them, but they were all definitely kind of in a daze. Happy to be there, but also kind of in a daze, a little distracted, probably because of the noise and the lighting.
So kind of like the restaurant that made you feel good when you walked in.
Kind of, but a little different.
All right. So near the end of the night, everybody just seems to be hypnotized.
They're all in a daze. They're all kind of, they're pretty happy, pretty jolly. They kind of, I wouldn't say come off as drugged, but they're definitely in a euphoric state when they get off, when they close the doors and stuff and everybody leaves. The customers are saying bye to one another, and the owner, and well, not the owner, he's not there. He's in his room. But yeah, they leave. Some of them, like, oh, we don't want to go, and after party and all that other, after the bar closes kind of display of
One more round.
rebellion. Yeah, exactly.
Right.
But the lights come on, they stop. The lights get brighter and they stop any of their glowing that they were doing, and the humming seems to stop too.
All right. Is this normal for nightclubs, or is this something that's illegal?
How many nightclubs have you been in?
I mean, I am part of the police force, right? I should know.
Let's do an intelligence check. And find your character sheet. Do you have history? No.
That was a natural 20.
No way. Can I see it?
I
believe
I
you,
can
but
send you the screenshot of the digital app that I use.
okay. That's fine. No, that's damn. Okay, so I guess it doesn't really matter. No, it is not natural. It is not fine. It's not a normal thing that bars that you've been to before previously have had. Whether you were part of a raid or infiltrating them in secret, it's definitely not something you've come across in a bar, and it's maybe borderline illegal if you can pinpoint what it actually is.
Right.
Do a Do you have Arcana?
Nope.
What?
Nope.
No. Okay.
It would just be a natural intelligence check for me.
Okay. And that was when you did a 20. So okay. So you're pretty sure, fairly certain that the effect is not electronic, it's magical. And it's probably a basic hypnos spell.
Okay.
And it's probably it is connected to the electronics and the equipment, so the spell is on when the business is open, and then the spell is vanquished once it's closed. And yeah, it's not legal to hypnotize your customers.
Right.
The only influence
That wouldn't be part of. Would that be part of the symbols and everything that we saw on the exterior?
Symbols. Yes, they would be connected. They might not be the cause of it, but they are connected. It at least allows the business to have magical performance within it.
Okay. Well, I'm going to take this information back to my compatriot over there, Kronk.
Okay. So you arrive at the tavern late after your shift. Let's see. Rosie is still there, but she's getting really tired, and she's looking like she's ready to go home. You walk into the tavern. Where do you go?
I approached them at their table.
Okay, so you see them floating, hovering above in a booth. And you wave at them?
Yep. I walk up to just below their table and
Okay.
yell up, "Hey, shift's
Um,
done."
and the booth lowers down as Ginger, your character, recognizes Sebastian as he's approaching. So it lowers down to the ground floors to allow entry. Ruthie kind of takes this time and goes, I think I'm going to leave. I am tired. You guys are awesome. But I need to go home and make sure I'm ready for tomorrow's shift.
Hey,
You-
got a quick question for you.
Okay.
How long have you been working at this place?
About a year, I think 2 almost. Over a year for sure.
Do you find that when you're working there, you get really complacent and happy?
Eh, I mean, it's not a bad place to work, but no, I don't think I've got.
So while you're working there, you do find that you can have negative emotions and not be happy?
Oh yeah, customers piss me off all the time, but it is what it is.
Customers still end up pissing you off?
Well, they some of them don't tip. Others will claim that they ordered one thing and it's not what they ordered, so I have to make them a new drink. It's, the life of a bartender.
Okay. Thanks.
Sure, yeah, no problem. But you guys, I will see you guys later, and Sebastian, I will probably send you the schedule of when we need you on your device.
Okay. Thanks.
All right, sweet.
Do you need any help getting home?
No, I'm not far from here. It's actually it's really close, so I'm good. And I know the neighborhood, so I'll be safe. Don't
Okay.
worry about me. This is actually a
Okay.
better neighborhood than where I work, so.
Well, if you notice anything strange, just holler.
Sure, yeah, I'll let you guys know. Thanks. She kind
Thank
of,
you.
oh, she's tired. She kind of just, walks out. And then do you join the table?
Yep.
Okay. So you get into the booth and it rises again up to the level that it's, designated that Kronk had decided earlier with his comfortability of how high he's willing to go.
I mean, I like being in trees, so however high, it doesn't matter.
It's probably as high as a tree. Yep. It is a 3-story building, so you could go to the second floor or all the way to the top, which they give you like 4 feet headroom, so it's not too crowded. But yeah, you can
And
go
it's
as
more
high.
private.
Okay, so you go all the way up.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, there are no
Yeah.
doors on this level. There's no way to go anywhere on this level. It's just there is a balcony. You can see where people might be able to go, but you could get off. There is a ledge, and you could walk around to the front where the outside is. But other than that, no hallways, no doors, nothing else.
So they're using some kind of hypnotic resonance to make people complacent. It's hard to tell.
I bet that's why she gets headaches when she's at work.
It's true. Although I wonder how new it is, because if the people are still causing problems, then they can't be super calm all the time.
maybe the longer they're there, the worse the effect.
Possible.
But she
What?
also said that multiple people have, quote, quit
Oh,
or just not shown up for their job.
so this isn't the only person.
No. And she said that it's all stemming, or it all started when the new management took over,
Hmm.
and that they were never this busy. Also, he tended to disappear every couple of days and then show back up a couple of days later. And he'd seem paranoid when he got back.
Sounds like we're gonna need to follow him.
I wonder if we could track him without actually following him, just to be kind of cautious.
I don't know. I mean,
Because I would think you would be able to track his movements with a sim chip, but we would need someone else for that. Someone who has that ability.
right.
And I think I know who might have that ability, but I don't know how to contact him. I mean, after all, he did give us new sim chips.
Right. Well, can't we just contact him from here? From our chips?
Well, after he sent me that email, the email disappeared.
Oh.
So I don't know if we can or not. If only the universe could give us the sign.
Right.
Kind of looks around.
Well, you can try to get a hold of Universe, and I'll go back to the bar and hang out there until I see him leave. And maybe if you find Universe before the guy leaves, we'll be good. And if not, I'll catch him and him leaving.
That sounds like a plan.
All right.
Now to figure out how to get a hold of Mr. Universe.
Yeah, so then I go back out to the bar and hang out a block away or so, just being inconspicuous.
Okay, so you're gonna follow him tonight.
I mean, he might leave tonight. Who knows?
Okay, all right. So the platform lowers. The bots clean the plate or clean the table off as you're exiting. Ginger, did your character leave too?
Yes, I want to go back to that street corner.
Okay.
God, I'm trying to remember the names. But
I know
you know
what.
where I'm talking about.
Yeah,
The
I
one
don't think.
that ran into Mr. Universe.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I have it written down somewhere, but I also forgot. So don't worry about it. I know which quarter you're talking about.
Yeah, you know where I'm talking.
Yeah. So you guys split off for the night. It is we're starting at what time? It's actually morning almost. Because Sarndell, you got off work around 3:34. Actually we'll say 3 because you were not a part of.
That's a late last call.
Huh?
That's a late last call.
Kind of.
Well, clean up.
Yeah,
Yeah,
clean up for that.
there's
Everything
cleanup.
else.
Yeah, there's cleanup and all that other stuff trying to after the crew leaves. But it is a late call. So 2:30ish is when they finally, say that's it. And then the last customers leave at 3. You didn't partake in the cleanup. The cleanup, everybody leaves around 4 a.m. So it is about 4 a.m. by now because of how long it took for you to get to the bar or get to the tavern and have this conversation. So sunrise this time of year is probably 6 a.m. So yeah. You guys split off, make your way going in the different directions. I honestly don't know how much a trolley ride is, but as soon as I figure it out, I'll let you guys know.
Good Lord, I can't quit yawning. You said the trolley rides were free, but it had the donation.
Right. Okay. Right. There was a donation. You could put donations because it is they're
governmentally funded or
yeah,
something like
they're
that.
funded. Yeah, and so like the taxes pay for it. And then and write that down so I can remember next time. I'm gonna roll, make a couple of rolls here. Yeah. Okay. This will be interesting. So Ginger, when Kronk shows up to the corner, as soon as you round the corner from the tavern, you notice the booth is there.
I casually walk up to it and step inside because, I don't really want to draw attention.
Right. And as soon as you shut the door, the floor gives way and you are sliding down this tube. The very, very same familiar tube that you flew down before. And you fall into the mat that catches you on the bottom.
Yay! That was fun.
You are greeted with the exact same surroundings that you had before. A large interior with a chair at the end with a desk, several monitors. We'll say like 7 monitors in front of this chair and a person sitting there. The chair rotates and you see the same familiar person with short hair, a beanie, a flannel shirt, and jeans with cuffs on the bottom, and some, we'll say, I want to say tennis Converse type shoes.
Skater boy vibes.
Do what? Skater boy vibes, yeah.
Yeah.
And he turns and looks at you and is like, "Hi, how are you? I heard you needed me."
Well, I'm glad the universe gave me a sign.
Oh, I'm always listening. I listen to everything. I see everything. I watch everything. There isn't anything that I don't know about. Well, mostly. Your situation is very unique. I don't really know much about it, but we can find out.
Well, that's good. But I do have a favor to ask.
Okay.
So, my new friend, Ruthie, that works at the Docks Club,
Yep.
says that her owner just randomly disappears. And then he'll reappear and he'll be extremely paranoid when he gets back.
Huh.
Is there a way that you can track him without us actually have to following him?
As long as he has a sim chip, I can track anyone.
Ooh, interesting. Would you like to?
Sure. It's here. I don't mind doing a little tracking. I can track a little bit. I've got a few other things I'm keeping an eye on, but I got one more. I got space for one more track. Let's see what we're looking for. You're looking for, and he turns around, rotates, and goes to his computers, and he starts and he opens a couple of windows and starts doing his hacking thing where he looks for
typing on the computer.
Huh?
Frantically typing on the keyboard.
Yep, pulling up images and bringing up the laughing docks and the owner and who owned it beforehand. And you've got two images. You've got the faces of the current owner, Rurik, which you recognize. And then the other photo you assume is the previous owner. The previous owner is like this older hunchback, not hunchback, but like squat looking. Huh?
Well, you said older. I figured he would be kind of hunched over like an older gentleman.
Yeah, but he's also like he's well rounded. Like he's got no hair, bald, and he's got a really round face. He's on the heavy side for sure. He's definitely on the heavy side, and he's definitely older. He's got bags under his eyes, wrinkles everywhere, and yeah, he looks. And he's got a pair of glasses on. So he looks
I'm
like
kind of watching in disbelief with a expression of, oh my God, how did you do that so fast?
And then he's pulled up, the financial information, how much the business was worth, how much the new owner paid for it. Oh, hang on. Let's not fall over, baby.
Interesting.
Sorry, my dog was getting up and looked like he was going to fall, and I didn't want him to do that. He's got kind of a wonky leg that
You're good.
limits his ability to move. It's kind of sad, but anyways, is this where's my hacking page? It's combat. I have a hacking information? Where is that? Anyways, I think it's 5 and up. No, I wrote it down. Shit. Anyways, it is 5 and up. We're doing 3 dice. Okay. He's within his own area. So, all right, 1 success and 2 glitches. So he's able to get you the information I gave you, and he is able to find the whereabouts of his SIM chip. Cannot confirm if the SIM chip is on the person, but it is inside the business at the moment. And he gives you this information, and he's like, I can track that SIM chip, but no guarantees he's got it because it hasn't been used recently.
Well, I would think if he was still at the bar, he wouldn't necessarily need to use it.
People use their chips for a lot of things, so maybe you're right.
Okay, so I guess I need to go on and pass this along to Sebastian.
Yep.
So
Do you?
I
you
would
send
email him.
You're gonna send him a message?
I'm gonna send him a message, yeah, because
Okay.
calling might draw attention.
So you can send him a text message, and get him the information. And so Mr. Universe does put a tracking on that SIM, and so like wherever it goes, he'll be able to notify you guys, and he actually sends you a link that opens up a page and gives you a GPS, and it shows you exactly where that SIM chip is, and it's within that business.
You're awesome.
I
Mr.
know.
Universe, you're awesome.
I know. But you don't have to say so.
Hey, give credit where it's due.
Yes, you do. So anyways, yeah. When you come back, I want to examine your core system again, if that's okay with you.
I mean, sure.
I'm
I
still
mean, you did
intrigued
just do
by
this
how.
awesome favor for me.
Do what?
I said, I mean, sure, you did just do this awesome favor for me.
Okay. Well then, don't get damaged.
No promises.
Ah. Well, I will see you again. And he kind of like turns around in his chair. You know where the exit is. You know where one of the exits is.
Oh, how long would it take to catch up to Sebastian?
Considering you guys split from the tavern, I would have to say at least 45 minutes. You're at least 45 minutes behind, maybe an hour behind, because you're gonna have to go from the exit. Oh shit! Hang on, doggo.
Too bad his exit couldn't just, pop me out right there.
Yeah, but no. um. Hang on. Time out. Take a 5-minute break.
Yeah. Oh crap.
All right. I don't know if it's been 5 minutes, but I think it's been 5 minutes. Probably a little more.
Okay.
Sorry, I needed to make sure my dog was okay. He's getting old.
Yeah, huh? That's okay.
So Sarandel, you arrive back at the tavern or at the bar where you left work just not maybe 2 hours ago. What do you do? The place
I'm
is
just gonna hang out and pretend to read while I watch the bar. Is there a back entrance or only a front entrance?
when you were inside, you did see the hallway that led to both the second floor and uh and doopy doop 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 the office, and there's a couple more doors that you didn't quite get to inspect, but you could probably safely assume that there is a back door,
Okay.
probably for shipments and stock inventory, that sort of thing. But the place is nice and tight, locked up. The bouncer's gone, the lights are down, open sign is off.
Right, and I think the last time we were there, we knew he was living upstairs, right?
No.
Or he was hanging out inside when the bar was closed.
Right. He was there when you got there. Hang on one more second. Come here, Charlie. Charlie, come here. No. Come on, let's get you go potty. Come on. Yeah, good boy. Yeah, we know you need it. Yep, he needs to be. All right. Okay. So, what do you do?
And, not much. Like I said, I'm just gonna sit there and wait for the owner to leave.
Do you walk around to the back?
Yeah, that's what I said. I've checked to see if there's any other entrances.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. Yeah. So you make your way around to the back where the end of the hallway you suspect is, and there is a door. Do you just stand there, or are you gonna hide, or?
Yeah, I'll hide for sure.
Okay. You find a dumpster, or what looks like a dumpster. And you get behind it, hanging out for a little bit. And there is a vehicle that shows up after about 15 minutes of waiting. It is a basic unit, what looks like a shipping unit. So imagine a like one of those white vans with the raised roof, that have no windows in the back, just the front driver part. except
Yeah.
this one is a hover vehicle. There are no wheels, and the windows in the front are tinted black.
Okay.
And then, of course, it has the two back doors. It comes in and it makes a turn and it backs into the alley where you're at. And it is just on the other side of the dumpster. Like you could probably reach out and touch it if you wanted to. There's a little bit of space, obviously, for people to like walk around, but that's it. Like that's a small little section behind that one building.
Can I still see the door and who's coming in and out?
You can see it. It's hard because you'd have to peer around the dumpster to see what's going on. But there is a bright light in the back, above the back door, that is shining shadows on everything. The driver gets out, walks around the back, and opens the back doors, and then goes over and knocks on the back door of the building.
Okay.
And there is a special rhythm to the knock. Sounds like a code of some sort.
Dunk, 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 dunk.
Something like that. And just a few moments later, the door opens. Unfortunately, it opens out towards you, towards your direction. So you don't see what's on the other side. You just see the figure that knocked on the door. But another moment later, as the guy goes in and comes back out, he's carrying something. He's crouched over and he's backing up. And then the bag gets bigger and longer, and then you see Rurik on the very end of that large baggage, and it looks to be human-sized.
When it comes to hover vehicles, what's the lift like? Can I roll underneath this thing?
Not while it's parked.
Oh, it's on the ground? It's
When
set
it's
down?
parked, it'll be either on the ground, or if it's running, which is what he's got, it's like maybe a couple inches off the ground. When he gets to drive off, then it lifts a lot more, and you could probably roll underneath it if you were quick enough.
And would I know if there was anything to hang on to underneath one of these things?
No, you would need some kind of magnetic something to tether yourself to it. Like there are little dents and little like things, but nothing you could like really grab a hold on. No handles or anything.
Okay. I'm guessing they're going to put the bag in the back of the truck.
That's where it's going. Yep, they are. The one guy has backed himself into the truck or the van, and they are carrying that large bag with them into the back. And Rurik is following suit, and he climbs in.
All right. I'm going to make a athletics check and a stealth check to try to climb up on top of the vehicle.
Okay. How hard would that be?
I could stealth at disadvantage or whatever.
Yeah, let's do stealth at disadvantage, but the athletics check should be fine.
All right. Boop. And that comes up to. Oh, and I get to add additional D4 because I'm super stealthy. Yeah. Nice. All right. 12 plus 4 is 16 plus my stealth of 2 is 18.
Okay, you are able to get it up and over without too much noise. You timed it just right to where the loudest part of your climb was timed just as they shut the back doors.
Uh-huh.
So that noise covered that part. And then as soon as the driver opened the front, you got comfortable and found some really good hand placements and foot placements to withstand the ride wherever you're headed.
Right.
And it is a the holds that you have are the ones where, like, you know, how they sometimes they put ladders on top of vehicles.
Yeah. Roof rack.
Yeah, those kinds of handles. There's no ladder up there right now, but there could be attached for it pretty easily. So you're holding on to those things. Yeah, and it the door in the back slams shut, and the hovercraft rises up, and you start going. And at this time, it's kind of cold, as it gets a little windy up there.
Okay.
You head off, and
I buzz Gronk a text message saying, track me. A vehicle's leaving the bar with what looks like a body bag in it.
And Kronk, how do you respond?
Oh crap. As soon as I get back to Mr. Universe.
You're gone. Or did you left the area, right?
Yeah, I left Mr. Universe. I came shooting back up because I was asking how long it would take to catch up to Sebastian.
Yep, because you shot out the fun way left through the manhole and probably placed the cover back on. And about the time you end up crossing the street, actually, hang on, let me just figure out the time scale, because it took Sarndell 45 minutes to get back there. So you would probably have gotten onto the trolley on the way to the bar at this point. Because it would have taken him at least maybe 10 minutes to find the back and get where he needs to be. So at least an hour from your departure. And the Mr. Universe box is so much closer. So you're on the trolley when you receive this message.
Okay, I will get Mr. Universe to track you.
All right.
Get that back to Mr. Universe.
How would you get that message to him?
Well, considering he's always watching and always listening, after I hop off the trolley, because, you know, it's going to seem weird. It's going to seem weird talking to myself either way. Oh, well, because I'm sure there's, you know, cameras and mics on the trolley, too. Um, I would ask the universe for a sign to find my friend Sebastian.
Okay. For the imagery, let's say you go up to where there is a stop sign and a crosswalk, where they have those timers and beepers for people to walk across the street and the stop and
Yeah,
go.
like pushing the button.
Yeah, so you go over there and you talk to the cameras or the machines that are on that pole, and ask Mr. Universe for to track Sterndale.
I'm gonna
And
die if he comes back with some response like, dude, you don't have to look at the camera every time.
so your comm opens up from your glove, and you see a projected image of the same map that you had before, and you see a second tracker.
Cool.
And you notice that it is overlaying the first tracker, and they are both moving.
Cool. Ooh, should I wait on the trolley or should I start walking and hop on a trolley later? I want to start walking toward the next trolley stop, but in the same direction that they're going.
Okay.
If only I had roller skates.
That could be an upgrade.
Maybe.
So, let's see if I have a map. Where's my map? Map. Oh, wait. Where did that piece of paper go? Damn it. Okay, so you watch the markers move, and you see that they're going in a steady direction. They've got a predetermined destination. It's not like they're trying to lose anyone or make any weird changes in their route.
I'm sure there's not many people out and about this time of day.
Huh?
I'm sure there's not many people out and about this time of day.
Yeah, your comm shows the flow of traffic, like Google, where there's green areas and red areas and stuff, and most of it's green with a few yellow. There's no one out mostly. If there is anyone, they're traveling just with ease, like this vehicle is. They are headed out of town. Looks like they are headed towards a main intersection that goes to like the equivalent of a highway or freeway, and they are headed east. With your map, you can overlay the trolley routes, and you could probably get on to, there's like 2 trolleys you could jump onto at different intersections to follow, but you're not going to be able to catch up.
Okay.
I mean,
So,
you can get there eventually, but the trolleys will, because of their schedule, will slow you down.
But it does show me like what street they were on, so I would keep heading east on that one.
Right.
So I will take a trolley to hop
Your
off
biggest
at the
your
same
biggest
street.
challenge is getting out of town
Yeah.
because a lot of the trolleys stop there, at least at this time of night. So to
But as
actually go
long as
out,
I can take a trolley to the edge of town, I could find another means.
you could.
And of course, no place to rent anything would be open right now.
Nope.
I wonder if Nikolai would have a bike.
You could ask.
Would the gray swan be in the same direction or the opposite direction?
Not opposite, but it isn't convenient. It's south of where you're at. So like you wouldn't be losing, like you wouldn't be going in the opposite direction to go to Salon.
Ooh, decisions.
You remember that Nikolai has a bit of a personal vendetta against that place, especially the new owner with how he treated his did I say daughter? Might have been a daughter. And so he might be more than willing to help out.
Let's head to the Swan and unfortunately wake up Nikolai.
Okay.
But when I get to the Swan, I want to make sure I have a cup of coffee just in case for him.
So you get to the Swan, because you didn't go all the way to the bar, it was a quick 20-minute turnaround. We're saying this is about sunrise, I want to say. We're getting to 5:30, 6 o'clock, rough time. And it's actually kind of the time where Nikolai would get up anyways. So when you arrive to the Swan, you see Betsy is already there. She is doing the morning routine, getting things set up and getting ready for the day shift. And she sees you and welcomes you. Hey, you are up early. I figured you picked you guys for day sleepers. Are you
Oh, I'm all over the place.
okay? Well, did you want anything to eat? I can get you set up for.
I'm not hungry right now, but let's go on and get Nikolai's usual setup because I think I might have to wake him up.
Oh, really? You got a job for him?
Question. But can I get a cup of coffee to take with me?
You're I'm sure he'll be here in just a few. Do you want me to get him here earlier? I'll send a message. I'll tell him it's urgent. Get him a little earlier. But yeah, I'll get his usual stuff all settled up and ready to go. You'd be surprised he doesn't eat that much in the morning.
Thank you so much because I'm sure that'll help.
Oh, absolutely. Sure, hon. And you wanted a cup of coffee yourself?
Oh, I was going to take it to him.
Oh, okay. No. We'll get it set up. Don't worry about it. After a few minutes of anxiety waiting, Uh,
Kind of pacing back and forth.
Nikolai shows up, a little weary-eyed, a little like tired, and just he's not quite a morning person. He's not quite awake yet. Hermes, holy fuck! Knock over my camera. Damn dogs. I need a hover or something to keep it away from my animals.
Oh, they'd find a way to get it.
So he comes stumbling in to, just yawning, just like all tired and whatnot, but he's there, he's ready for, the morning and the day. He's gonna be going to work and doing stuff. He sees you, he's like, hey! How are you doing?
I'm kind of in a predicament.
Oh. Seems like you
Yeah.
always are.
I am, aren't I?
Every time you meet him, yeah.
Either way, that's neither here nor there right now. Do you have a means of transportation I can borrow? I am trying to catch up to Sebastian. And he is on the outskirts of
Sebastian?
town. My friend?
He knows us as me as Sarndell.
Oh, okay. Sarndell. Sorry.
Oh, that guy. You're trying to what? What you need to transport Darndell somewhere?
No, I'm trying to catch up to him. He's on the outskirts of town, and it'll take me forever to catch up to him if I take the trolleys or walk.
How do you get out there?
Kind of a good question, but I didn't ask. But I do know it involves the docks.
Oh, that place.
That took too much to remember.
He rolls his eyes. He's like, what are you doing with that place?
We're looking for Jessica.
Oh, right. And
we might have a lead.
He seems to sober up at the name mention of Jessica. He just all of a sudden he's wide awake, he's alert, and he's like, what are we doing? We need to follow Sarndell. Let's go.
Yes, please.
All right. He grabs.
You have your breakfast real quick.
Oh no, he's on it. He grabs a cup of coffee to go. And he has, Betsy's like, what about he's like, just pack it up. I'll come back for it later. And he ushers you out and goes to the garage where the van was that he parked when you guys first arrived. He gets in, he gets you in, like, hurry, let's go now, we're going. Starts it up and then hovers out and goes straight out to the main roads, and he's like, which side of town?
East side of town, heading out of town.
Okay.
And I pull up the little map again.
Does you show him the map?
Yeah, I show him the map.
Okay. Charlie, baby. Oh, how did you flop that way? Anyways, okay, so he follows the information that you give him. Sorry.
Are the dots still moving or have they stopped?
What? They're still moving. Outside of town they're still, yeah. By the time you actually get into the van, They are already outside of town, and they are a good few minutes out, down the road, and they haven't made any deviations. They're still on that main highway going out. And
Just
So-
don't break any laws while we're traveling so we don't get stopped.
oh no, he follows as many road signals as he has to, but he is also kind of like in a hurry to get you there. I'm trying to get I don't think I have a. I'll just have to use one from another place. All right. He notices that the direction you're headed is, and he says, that direction, there's only a couple places out there that actually have any inhabitants, any citizens. There is Rue Hill and Gondoral. Those are the two main places that are out there. And he mentions that Brew Hill actually has been on the decline for about 6 months or so. People have been moving out and getting out of there.
So it seems more like a place that Jessica wouldn't go.
No.
Or at least wouldn't go voluntarily.
No. And Gondorol is a quiet little town. They keep mostly to themselves, but they do still do some exports, imports, and he's done some business out there. But it's kind of a quiet retirement town. Most people, or even like a good place to start a family because it's safe and quiet, but nothing, no attractions, no tourism, nothing like that. A really big residential community, and wouldn't be surprised if she was
Suburbia.
Yeah, basically a suburbia. And he's like, if she was, wanting to settle down with this guy that she met, they might head out there.
But you'd think they'd let someone know if they were going to head out there.
You would think. Sarndell, do me an athletics check.
Athletics.
See how well you hold on during this ride.
Or acrobatics.
Yeah, acrobatics will probably also.
I mean, I guess it would probably do with more strength than dex, but
no, because it's not like you're it's like the wind isn't gonna be pushing you off.
right.
It's not. They're not going that. It's more of how long your fingers can hold on to.
Right.
Endurance, not strength.
Oh, see, in my head, I was picturing his feet pushing on the backside of the roof rack, holding him there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And just turns and stuff. Total of 10 or 11, depending.
You made it. Fingers are a little sore, but you're still holding on. All right. It takes some time, but you arrive at their destination. You notice it seems very quiet first, but then it gets towards more of the abandoned ghost town feel the more you get into the town. The first, couple buildings you see are outskirts, are businesses, many that would be closed at this time. But then as you get closer in, the businesses that would be open at this time will say, like, a donuts place, coffee, gas station or whatnot, or electric charge station. They're not open. And you don't see anybody walking or even other vehicles around. Like maybe it's too early in the morning, but at the same time, you would think that you would see at least, some sign of life.
Right.
Going through the town, they veer right and they head south, and they get a little closer to the outskirts. And you notice it's a really old town feel. Not a lot of updates in this area. And you come up to an area that's like it's spread out, kind of like those mills, or like if you were going to a junkyard. The whole area is gravel, and like could be the entire area is parking wherever you want to. And then there is a little office area, and then beyond that is looks like a mine shaft.
All right.
And there are people here. You see a lot of others. There's a couple of guards at the front gate next to the outpost. And there's a fence going around the perimeter. So you're in the gravel section area. You haven't gone through the gate yet. And they park outside of the gate. Do a stealth check. Or do you have a hidden ability?
I can create a minor illusion at will, and I can have invisibility once per long rest. So, yeah, I can make it look like I could use an illusion to put like a box or something on top of the truck that wouldn't look out of place.
Okay. Yeah, that was my
But I could also make a stealth check to make sure that I'm low enough that they don't see me through everything. It's also a high chance in real life no one ever looks up, so there's a high chance that they don't even see me on top of the truck.
But you are a fully armored elf wearing mostly black.
Yeah.
On top of a white van.
No,
so, I mean, you could look like a black bag of something. I don't know.
I just make it look like box the same color of the truck with the illusion.
Okay.
And hopefully whoever owns the truck doesn't think twice. The roof of the truck is a little higher than normal.
Okay. So you cast your illusion and you at least make sure your color code matches, as well as making sure it looks like you're not human. Bless you. What time is it? Is it 1:30?
It is 11:30 in Denver.
Oh, I mean, yeah, here. Ginger, do you need to go? What was
I will
that?
before too much longer. I might have to mute myself. I said I will before too much longer, but I may have to mute myself really soon because I have a feeling I'm about to sneeze 5 more times.
Okay, so we'll do another 10 minutes and then we'll end today's session. So you passed, I believe. Let me do a roll for that. Let's see what their perceptions are. Is that pass or fail? I don't know. I think it's fine. What would I roll against that?
For what?
For your stealth, for your
Technically, illusions don't get a saving throw unless they interact with it. But
Okay, I gotcha.
Because I'm making the truck look a little bit bigger than normal, you could probably make an intelligence check versus my DC, maybe to just notice that it's bigger than normal.
Right. Nah, I think it's fine. What is your DC, by the way?
It would be 13.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah, my roll totally failed. So they don't notice a thing. So the driver gets out, goes to the back, opens up the back, and the two men, pull the bag out, and they start carrying it towards the gate. The guards at the front, they scan their IDs and they let them in and close the gate after them.
All right. Is it like a fence that could be climbed?
Yeah. It's a chain link fence. There is some barbed wire on the top, but like it's a basic fence. It's not really high security.
All right. I'm going to make myself invisible and follow them in and climb the fence.
Okay. So you're gonna try and get through the gate or
I'm going to climb the fence.
the fence on the other side. Okay. What do you do? Do you do anything to the barbed wire?
Oh, when you said it was climbable, I thought there wasn't anything on top.
Oh, I thought you were like, is it like concrete, smooth and not manageable? It's I mean, it's a chain link fence with some barbed wire on the top, so like you can climb it. It might be a little painful, but it's manageable.
If I noticed that there was guards in a gate and chain link, I probably would have gotten invisible and jumped down once I noticed them dragging the body out, and then followed them in through the gate.
Okay, sounds good.
And with a roll of a 19 plus 2 is 21, and then I get an additional D4 for being super stealthy. Another 2 is 23.
Okay. Yeah, the guards do not notice you, and the people that you're following do not notice the extra footsteps. So you are able to get inside the gate as it closes. So you're right there behind them.
Right. When we're sending like text messages through our little devices, what kind of interaction is it? I know I have a ring, but does it give me some kind of like interface, or is it mental so I could just think it and it will program it, or what? How advanced
No,
are these
you would
things?
have to. You would have to have to do mental. You would have to have a chip inserted in your head for it to telepath or not telepath. Um, I completely
Thinking
forgot the
type.
term I was going for, but yeah, for it to go straight to the comm. So you have to actually physically interact with it. You have to type. You have to press the buttons, and you can have it set on silent, but it will still light up and it will still it can interfere with your invisibility.
Okay.
Um,
I think
Then
I
I won't
now
do it
know
right
what's
away.
going on with all the people.
what, Ginger?
I said I think I now know what's going on with all the missing people.
Something here anyway.
So yeah, you would have to have a chip inserted in your head for that kind of a interaction.
Does it have some kind of recording function?
Yes, you can have it. You can
Visual recording, or just sound recording?
It can do both, but the visual will be like it's attached to your wrist, so you would have to have it like angled in a specific way to have it record what you see.
Right. Okay. So I would just have to have my like hand open and vertical.
Yeah. You'd have to like have it either in front of you or up on your chest, some direction where, yeah.
All right. So I just have my hands holding onto the collar of my coat as I'm following them, so it can record everything I'm looking at.
Okay. And yeah, you'll probably do the recording prior to getting off the van. So it's recording everything as you walk in, following them. And they take the bag into the mine, and there is a section off to the side. There's a room, and there are several other bags similar in appearance, all on stretchers, each one on its own bed. The mine is, it's hard to tell how deep it is, but your elven eyes will tell you that it's at least, 100, if not 200 feet in deep. And there are people in there. There's noise. There's some kind of collaboration going on down there. You can see as they go into the room. Do you follow?
Yeah.
Okay.
Can.
Okay. So the door slides open with their check as they are allowed in. And you manage to get in before the door slides close. Several of the bags are open. Some of them are not. And the ones with the ones that are open, people are waking up and they're coming to. And there are several other people in there. Some of them are half orc, some of them are orcish, close to like a quarter or an eighth orc. There's a few half elves and several human, mostly human. And they are picking, like they are each assigning, they're going to each person, they're assigning, they put a collar on their neck, and they are registering them, they're scanning them, and they're giving them orders. The people that are confused are asking questions, but they're not getting their questions answered, like where am I, what's all this, how did I get here? And the people who are doing all the signing and technical stuff are just silent, not answering a single word. And then as soon as they get them processed with, I think, also stuff, rings on their feet and hands, They are led out of the room and down into the mines, same way you came in.
All right.
And you'll notice from being in prison that it's basically the same
Setup?
system, same setup. Yeah, the collar and everything. So like it will move them to where they need to go without an escort. So yeah, and they are systematically coming through, and you'll notice that the body bag that because you'll recognize it now, it's not just any bag, it's not just a duffel bag, it's a body bag. The one that Rurik and the mysterious no-name driver brought in is laid down, and they zip open it, and the lights that are on the sides of the bags dim, because there are like 6 sets of blue lights, and once they open the bag, they dim and turn off. You get a sense that this is kind of like a hibernation state that they're put in. And you notice you recognize the person that's in the bag.
Oh yeah, who is it?
It is Vanessa,
The girl that we were talking to?
the one that was at work. Yes.
The best friend.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh crap. All right. Well, I am going to try to get out of the facility and meet up with my friends.
Okay. You will have to wait and time it just right when the next inmate leaves.
All right. Well, my invisibility lasts an hour, so hopefully it doesn't take longer than that.
Yeah. That's there are several people that are waking and coming to, and they're placing colors on them. So you figure probably in the next 15 minutes you'll have your next chance.
Okay.
Ginger. So
Yeah.
Nikolai is headed straight towards where your comm is telling you to go, and he sees that it is going straight to Brewville. And he's getting more sour by the minute. Not sure what's going on, but the less he knows, the more angry he gets. You kind of notice. Not at you, of course. He's still
he's
trying
just
to.
getting that.
He's getting really angry because he doesn't know what's going on, and the less he knows, the more he guesses, and if there's nobody living in that town, but there's a vehicle headed there's something going on there that he does not like. And he tells you about a little bit about the town. It's an old mining town. They used to mine a few basic things: coal, some minerals, not much, but the funding for the mines, was removed and taken somewhere else. So it was a residential area for some time. And that was actually the town that he had been talking about, figuring out why he wasn't getting any trades from them anymore. He didn't have the time to look into it, but now he's concerned that something happened, and he's not happy with that.
So would his comm be streaming to my comm?
You mean Sarndel's?
Like while he was, yeah.
Yes.
So
Not the
technically
recording. He would not be seeing the recording.
Okay.
Sorry, no, he's not seeing
That's
the
what I
recording.
was wondering.
Yeah, I thought you.
Like,
No, I thought you meant
should
the.
you showcase that? No. The recording. I should have said the recording. I'm sorry.
That's fine.
Oh,
it's gonna take a few for you to get there, but when you do, what do you do? Do you ask Nikolai to drive right up, or
well, I highly doubt that they would let us in. So we probably should park closer toward the back of the lot.
okay? So this
Mhm.
area is quite open. When you come up, it's a very big parking lot area, and it's really hard to hide. So the guards will notice the vehicle as it comes up, regardless of where you park, unless you just drive on past.
At the edge of the, like, is the parking lot surrounded by woodland or
The mining area is the parking lot area is more in the business section. So there's two buildings on either side of it, but they're like um, those really big tall buildings that are industrial that are kind of, it's not like a storefront.
yeah? And are they in operation?
Nope, they look pretty much abandoned.
Okay. Um, we I would tell him to park at to drive on past and park at one of those buildings.
Okay.
And we need to try to see what's going on. We need to
Okay.
get higher.
You get higher.
Yeah. Like on top of the building and look and see if we can tell anything.
Well, I suppose we could, get inside and see if we can't get up to the second level.
Although
We
he is
might
a very, very tall person, so
have. He is very
he
tall.
would be kind of noticeable.
Um, we could try the escape route, and there is a fire escape on the side of the building that is closest to you, but also on the other side of where the mine is. So, like, you could get up to the second floor and peer around the back of the building. Is that what you plan on doing, or is that an option, or do you want to go inside to try and get to the roof?
So the fire escape doesn't go all the way up to the roof.
No.
Let's go up the fire escape and try to get in the building on the second floor just in case. Like see if there's a door or something that we can get into.
Okay. You do get up to the second, no problem. Nikolai reaches up and grabs the fire escape with ease, and you guys climb up to the second floor, and there is a door. It is locked, so you're gonna have to either force your way in or lockpick it or something.
And let me guess, there's no windows that are easily accessible either.
Not on this side, no. Most of the
Okay.
windows are in front.
I don't think I'd be any good at lock picking.
Do you want to try and punch your way in?
Do I not get out before they get here?
Do you get what?
Do I not get out to them before they get here?
Oh yeah, that is another question. How long does it take him to get out?
Well, considering he followed them in through the gate, there's not likely a chance he's going to get out from that gate. You could try and crawl over or find another solution, but that gate only let those two in. If you want to wait around and see if they leave, that would push your limits of your invisibility.
Right.
Or there is climbing over the fence.
Yep.
And with your
Well,
armor, the barbed wire wouldn't necessarily stab you.
it would do a whole lot of damage here. But
There's also that hut, that building that's right next to that.
do I see them?
Make a perception check.
You probably see Nikolai.
6.
Nope. If the van had passed through, you were not there. You were not outside of the mines yet.
Ow. Ow, 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 ow. I don't think I'd be any good at it, but let's go on and try to pick the lock.
Okay.
Ow. Crap, what did I do with my other phone? I just had it on me. It's okay, I can roll a dice on this one. Crap. Get rid of that. I'm losing my voice. Okay, I rolled a 16.
Okay. You are able to get into it, no problem. It seems that the weathering and time erosion was done in your favor rather than against you, and it was a lot easier to pick than you expected. The door is, you can pull the door open out towards you and make your way in. The interior is like the up part of a factory. There is a bridge that you can walk across to go to the other side. There are a lot of windows on either side of the location to bring in a lot of light. And you can kind of see the mine from where you're standing through some of those windows. It's, a little foggy because they're dirty. You can make your way to the other side across the trellis, I think is what it's called. All iron, metal, and then it looks like there might be an office on the other side, where maybe the boss kind of sits and looks and observes down below, and you see all kinds of machinery. It's a factory. They do some kind of assembling and they make some kind of material, or at least they did when it was in operation. And making your way over to the office, the door is open and there are windows on the other side, and you can see out to the mines pretty easily.
Okay. And of course, by this time, everybody's already gone outside. So there wouldn't be anything.
The two guards are still outside the gates. But yes, the all of that happening before is gone. You're just seeing a white van parked outside.
I just found the phone too. It was underneath the blanket. Is there any movement outside at all other than the two guards?
Make a perception check with a disadvantage.
Okay, I rolled a 15 this time. Okay, I haven't had to do this yet. And I'm not sure what I'm doing. What would I use for my disadvantage? Because it's been forever.
Roll
dis-
2d20 and count the lowest one.
Yeah. You
Oh,
roll
roll
twice,
2d20 and count the lowest one. Okay. So,
and then the lowest one you just add your stats to.
okay, in that case, it's a 9.
What?
In that case, it was a 9. The lowest one was or not a 9, 8. The lowest one was a 5.
Okay. No, you don't see anything else outside, just the guards and the band. Let me roll a percentage and see what is the likelihood that the guys are going to come out when just before your invisibility is up. Okay. They actually come out and they are headed out towards the front. They go through the same gates and they're allowed out the same way, giving you plenty of room to sneak in behind them. But your time is getting really close. You are going to have to hide right away. Where do you go? Chris?
Oh, I thought you were talking to them.
No, your character. You're able
Your
to get out
invisibility
of.
is running out.
Yeah, your invisibility is coming to an end, and you're able to get out of the fenced area as the guys came out and went through the gate. But you are going to have to hide rather quickly. So where do you go?
What can I see? Oh, never mind. I rolled a natural 1 on my hide.
Shit. Okay. So there's really not much to hide from, as the parking lot area is pretty wide open. Yeah,
Are you
you.
fast enough to run for it?
Yeah, you pretty much do. You as soon as you get outside the gate, the guys see 3 figures instead of the 2 that they let out, and they yell at you like, "Hey, what are you doing?" And let's see your reflex. What's your reflex to see if you're able to start running before
My reaction?
your reaction before the owner recognizes you.
I have a +3.
A 3?
Yeah.
Is it just a 3 or is it 3 on top of a roll?
Well, I don't know. Do you roll the reaction?
Oh, right. The reaction part. Okay.
Reaction is your new stat that you gave.
Well, that's technically for so those new stats are for like if and when we get into the cyber matrix.
Okay,
So
so you want to just do it at Dex then or something?
yeah, we're doing normal D&D here. So yeah, if you get inside the cyber matrix during this game campaign or whatever, that's what that's for. Because it's all mental and not physical. But yeah, Just do normal dex.
Well, I do have my face covered, so he wouldn't recognize me as someone he knows.
Okay. Do you have a hood?
Yeah, my character class requires me to wear a cowl when I'm in combat to hide my identity. So
Okay. So
that's why I have like the ninja character picture for my guy. I'm
okay.
basically a ninja.
Basically ninja. When you don't roll a natural one.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, they see you, they yell at you, and you just book it. Where do you book it to?
What does the area look like?
Okay, so in front of you there's a street. There's a couple buildings on either side of the parking area. And then there's several buildings in front. It's industrial. It's the industrial section of the community of the place. So a lot of them, there aren't any houses any around. There's just a bunch of big buildings. Few of them, they have doors, alleyways. But yeah, you're gonna be kind of really visible for a few seconds before you get to any of those other buildings.
Right, but I'm outside the fence area.
You are free and clear to go wherever you want.
Huh. I wonder what the chances are that they left the keys in the car.
You're gonna have to run past them.
I could do that.
Okay. So you want to try and see if the keys are there and then like strand them?
Yep.
Okay. Let me roll a percentage. What the likelihood is. No, the keys are not there.
They're
So, as you run past, they will try to stop you. And of course, when you check, they're going to try and stop you there. So roll.
I can tumble past them, and it would be an opposed acrobatics check.
Okay. And I have to roll against that.
Yeah.
What is the number?
It's opposed, so they have to counter mine, and they get since there's the second one gets a bonus since I have to try to get through. So the first guy, I tumble past him with a 12.
I met that, so
the first guy can step in front of me and stop me from getting past him.
Yeah.
Pissed.
So the driver who was behind the so the order is what?
I just had a thought. How far away? Oh no, that's probably too far. Never mind. That's 30 feet.
You're probably closer to 100 feet away. And that's just vertically. That's not even horizontally. I mean horizontally, not vertically.
Well, I was thinking, with the elemental attunement, make the wind blow real hard, and since it's gravel, it can blow up like a little dust storm.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha. No, not right now. Not in this case, unfortunately. So the first guy, the driver, because you're headed towards the driver side, steps in front of you and attempts to stop you. He's going to try and grapple you.
No.
So I have to roll against your AC or DC.
What? Grappling?
Yeah.
No, that becomes a different thing. technically I can still use acrobatics. They use it's another opposed check to grapple me.
Okay, we'll do that.
This time I rolled a 19. Yay! So my acrobatics is 21.
I rolled a 19 as well, but I don't have any additional, so you're good.
Whee!
He tries to grapple you, and you are able to psych him out, do a couple of side steps. He tumbles, and you're able to get around him. You check the front section, and you notice that there are no keys. There's nothing there to start the vehicle with, or to a chip, whatever. And then you just run off. Because there's nothing else, I guess, nothing else you want to do?
Well, did the other two see what's going on here? Are they going to join me?
That is up to Ginger. You'll be able to arrive in just a few, but it'll take a minute. Get back down the stairs and.
I was just trying to think of how I could get his attention without getting in every. Oh wait, duh. I would send him a message on his comm to head toward one of the abandoned building that we're in.
Okay.
Because we can have the van on and running and waiting.
Okay. So you message him. You say that you're there. You got there. You're able to help out. So you, Tarndale, you receive a notification. It pops up and says, "Hey, we're here. We've come to get you." Van around the corner of this building, and it shows you a map of where it is compared to where you are.
That.
Nikolai and I would run out to get in the van.
Okay. So you head down. Yep, head down and have the vehicle running. A few minutes later, not minutes, a few moments later, Sarndel is running around the corner with two guards and the manager on tail, trying to catch up. He's a little quick for them. Of course, the side is open.
The van has a side door, right?
Yes, the van has a side door, and he's able to jump in if you want to pull that maneuver.
And I slam the door closed after he jumps in.
And the van starts moving, and you guys head on out.
Step on it, Santa.
And I think we'll leave it there. We will come back next time after you guys have left and can convene and talk about what's going on in the mines.
In the mines.
In the mines.
The mines of Moria. Oh wait, Brunhild.
Yeah. All right. Thank you guys so much. This is fun. I love it. Do you guys enjoy it?
Yeah, it's good. Although we have yet to get into any real combat, but
I know, and there will be some more combat next time. I promise. This has been just kind of a slow warm up for me, I guess.
Right.
So yeah, we will do combat next time. I promise.
Okay.
Have a good night. See you
Good
guys
night.
2 weeks from today.
Why are you under my foot?
Bye.
Sorry, the cat.
See you, Ginger.
See ya.